share, with a dash of this and a pinch of that, mixed all up with care. The best company and conversation, recipes and new creations. We're cooking up something good here at home. We are cooking up something good here at home.
Hello, family. Oh, it's so good to see you today. How nice of you to drop by our at-home kitchen. I tell you, this time of the year, it's getting that little chill in the air. You know, it's fall, and it's like, okay, what are we going to eat? What are we going to have? Well, we're going to do breakfast today because we've got some ideas for you might like. But I also got so much to talk to you about here. Don't forget, we're having our cupcake. This is the 20th anniversary edition of our at-home cupcake bake-off. And I want you to see, I mean, any kind, every kind. We need your recipe, your name, address, phone number. And it has to be in. If you'd like to be an entrant, it has to be in by October 20th. And if you get our Enjoy newsletter, there is the whole bottom of the front page, has all the information that you need. The address, it's our regular address, but you have to put on your envelope that it's for the bake-off. We're going to have judges here. You're going to come on the air and bake your cupcakes here in our kitchen. And the top 3 are going to do that. And then our judges are going to pick the best ones that they like the most. I'm not going to be a judge because I don't want to have to decide that, but it's going to be fun, and I think you're going to enjoy it. Then, secondly, you know, we've been celebrating our 20th anniversary all year, and I just wanted to recognize this lady because she did, is this a pretty towel or what? Just look at that. Now, this lady does this embroidery on her, I believe on her own sewing machine. It's beautiful. It's lovely. And she said, she sent me that. And then she sent these, if you ever saw, these are crocheted, these are dish rags. And they're fabulous because that little nubbiness helps you to get that little spot off. Thank you so very much. And she says, her name's Teresa, and she said, Arlene, to thank Arlene for 20 years of the terrific recipes, I made her a dish towel and a dishcloth for her kitchen. I hope she likes them. Teresa, I really like them. And I thank you so much. Very thoughtful of you. A lot of you and your sentiments, your cards that you've been sending, I appreciate so much. Thank you. We know that you appreciate the program because of your response to it. But it's nice to hear it every once in a while. We appreciate you as our family, and we love you, and thank you for it. Well, get ready. We're having breakfast, and we're going to get started in just a minute. But first, here's today's at-home hint. We'll be right back. Here's today's at-home hint. What to do with leftover oil from the deep fryer? Let the oil cool completely, then empty it into a plastic container with a lid, such as an empty cottage cheese tub. Cover and place it in the trash. Never pour fat down the drain. It can clog your pipes. Well, it's breakfast time.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And we're going to make a variety of things. Probably not some of the things you've ever heard of before. Maybe you have. But we're going to do something a little different. Patty's going to make us a blueberry cinnamon crumb cake.
That sounds wonderful.
And it's easy because she starts with a box of cake mix. And she's going to make a crumb topping. Put the fresh blueberries in, put the crumb topping on top. Oh my, oh my.
Yeah.
Delicious, delicious. Okay, what's your temperature on your oven?
350.
350, excuse me, I need to get a fork in here so I can mix up my stuff. Okay, while she's doing that, I have 2 cups of self-rising flour. Because here's the question. What is breakfast without a biscuit?
I love biscuits.
Nothing. Toast is okay, mind you. English muffins, bagels, but a good puffy biscuit, light, airy. Split it open, put a little bit of butter, a little bit of honey, or sausage gravy isn't bad either. We're going to do that later. Okay, here's 2 cups, and all I'm going to add with this is 1 cup of whipping cream. Now, you know, normally you have to cut the butter. When you use heavy whipping cream, you don't have to because it's got butter content. And you just pour it in there. 2 cups, 1 cup. That's all it is.
That's a nice, easy recipe, too.
You know it.
I have to get the butter.
And then we're just mixing it around. This is so easy. And you can do this while the oven's far enough because it goes to 450 because you bake them at a high temperature. You just mix this till it gets together and incorporates. One thing you don't want to do is keep playing with your dough because that makes your biscuits tough. And they're hard like hockey pucks.
Yeah.
We don't like that. So you just mix it up. There we go. And then, get all the stuff out of the way here. They'll be rolling away on me there. We're going to bring it out now, and we're going to work it on our counter just until it comes into a ball and forms. Oh, you're working your butter
Yeah, I'm
into?
working my butter in.
Okay.
This is probably the hardest part of the whole recipe.
Yeah. I know that is a pain, especially cold butter. But you have to have it cold because that's what makes the topping good. Okay, get this out of the way. Now all you're going to do here is just gather and squeeze. Gather and squeeze. See how it's coming into a form, a ball? That's all you do. Gather and squeeze it. And you want to knead it because you want them to be smooth, but you don't want to be rolling this out like pie crust. You don't want to be doing that. You just gather, squeeze, and then start to press. Okay? Seems like it's crumbly. It's not. It'll be okay. Start working it just gently. Always trying to make a ball. Just like this. And you're going to have scraps, so you can re-roll those. That'll be fine. But you want this to be about a 1/2 inch thick. So you just work it a little bit, turn it, keep turning it. I love doing breakfast. Sometimes
Yeah, I
that's
do
some of the
too.
best entertaining in the world. You do it for breakfast. Remember, all through our lives, we've had our friends say, "You gonna make us breakfast?" I say, "Come on over." They'd come over and I'd make breakfast, and they loved it.
Yeah, it's my kids' favorite too. They love having sleepovers with their friends and us making a big
Yeah.
breakfast with eggs
Waffles
and
and-
muffins and sweets.
Absolutely.
And, yeah, they love it.
Absolutely. Keep going. Now remember, nothing, you don't have to put anything in this to make it raise because the self-rising flour does that for you. So, I think we're just about there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably the easiest biscuit recipe I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's even easier than Bisquick. You know?
Well, I mean, and I think they're going to be enjoyable.
Oh, I think so too.
You just take your 2-inch biscuit cutter, which is what this is, top of a glass if you don't have, and they start to stick, you're going to want to dip that into some flour, your bench flour. Maybe a little bit more. You don't want this to be dry though, because you'll have a hard time with them if it's real dry. How are we doing? You still working?
I'm working this butter in. It's taking
Should have
forever.
probably done that before everybody
Yeah.
got here, huh?
Heck yeah. This is crazy.
Okay. Now, let me see if I have a little spatula in here. Let me get my hands wiped off.
I think I'm going to have to take a nap when I'm done with this.
You're going to have muscles everywhere,
I
Patty.
tell you, I am.
Patty, could you find me that little spatula
I think
that I
it's
can
in
lift
here.
these? Oh, is it there?
Yeah, right
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Is this the one?
That's the one I'm looking for, this one.
Okay.
Okay? And what we have here is our little cookie sheet that we have sprayed with some Pam or whatever. Or you could grease it with butter. Okay? And what you want to do is put these on the sheet, but you don't want them like cookies. You know, you have to keep a space between them. You don't want to do that with biscuits. You want to put them kind of close so that when they bake, they come against each other. And that's what gives them the nice fluffy edges. Oh, so good. So good. Yummy, yummy, yummy.
I think I'm going to take a break.
You're taking a break.
I'll
Why don't
start
you
the
go
cake
ahead?
part, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and start the cake part.
So I think I'll be doing that for a week.
Now, what goes in that cake mix along with
Real simple. All it is cake mix and a cup of sour cream, 1/4 cup of melted butter, teaspoon of vanilla, and an egg.
Oh, good.
So
okay.
it's real nice, simple, easy.
Okay.
Just put it all together, mix it up, and real
Good.
simple. Yeah, I like simple.
Yeah, well, you know, everybody's living such a fast-paced life that You tend to
don't have
look for
time.
things that makes it easier to get stuff done, but you don't lose the quality.
Yeah. When I was young, I used to try and find the hardest,
Oh, I
most
never-
complicated recipe.
Never did.
And now that I'm older, I'm looking for the
The easiest.
easiest. Yeah.
Sure. Now, as I say, we can re-roll this. So again, you just push. You don't want to be like working it. You don't want to do that. You just want to pull it together into a ball so you can roll it out. Just like that. I tell you, one time, ministers came to our house and his wife, and they stayed with us. They were there for special services, and they were from the South, and he said, oh, let my wife make us some biscuits. I said, oh, from the South, boy, they'll be good. She got the dough, and she worked that and worked every biscuit she made, and she tossed it. They were like hockey pucks. You couldn't even eat them. And the best part was she made 25. Hello, we were eating hockey pucks for a very long time and not enjoying them very much. But you know what? Maybe she thought they were fine, but I always think they got to be light and fluffy and tasty. So we're going to take a break. She's continuing with her cake. I'm still making my biscuits, and we come back. We got a whole lot more to show you. Stay with us. Well, it's breakfast time, and we're preparing a whole lot of things. We've got some stuff in the oven. Biscuits, you should see them. They're, oh, they're nice biscuits. And your cinnamon blueberry coffee cake is still baking in the oven. That bakes 45 minutes. And now Patty's going to make some grits with an egg on top. When you serve them in a bowl, and you drop a cooked egg on top of it. Yummy. That's a nice thing. Tell us how you're going to get started there.
Okay, we start boiling our water.
Okay.
And it's just about ready to come to a boil because I had it on earlier to get it hot. And then you use these quick cooking oats.
Yeah, you don't want the ones you have to cook forever because it doesn't work. You have to use that
These
kind.
quick cooking oats.
And they're just as good. The flavor and the taste is real good. It's there.
So once this comes to a boil, which it's almost
Has
there.
some salt water in there,
Yeah, I
right?
put a little salt in there already.
Okay.
And as soon as it comes to a boil, which will be in a few seconds.
Yeah. Well, while you're doing that, we have cooked 1 pound of sausage. This is just, it's called sage, or you can use maple flavored, either one. And we browned it in the skillet, and we took it out and drained it, and then we kept the drippings. There's not that much grease in here, but this is going to be the basis because we're making sausage gravy on our biscuits. Hello.
That's going to be so good.
So all these little good bits down here in the bottom of that fry pan, you don't want to scrape that out. That's going to be so good because it's going to flavor your delicious sausage gravy.
All right, what do you think of this boil?
Yeah, you're okay.
Good?
Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a couple of tablespoons of butter while she's stirring in. And you know, the key to grits is you have to keep stirring. You have to keep stirring. So
I'll keep
while
stirring.
she's stirring, I'm going to be melting my butter because what we're doing here is making our basis for our gravy.
And I don't think nothing smells better than breakfast. You know,
I love
with it
the smell of
cooking,
bacon. You love the sausage. You know, I mean, you fry bacon, the neighborhood comes. You know, what can you say? And then
That's
this is
true.
a fourth a cup of flour, and we're just going to add that because we want this to be the thickener for our sausage gravy. And you want this, you don't want this to be light colored because that doesn't look good, but you want this to brown. So you have to keep stirring and stirring and stirring because you want it to brown nicely. You don't want it to burn. Let's turn this down just a hair, Patty, just a hair. Whoa, the other way. There you go.
Yeah.
And see,
that
it's
good?
starting to get some nice brown to it, yeah. But you want all that flour to be absorbed in that butter and the drippings from your sausage. And you're going to let that cook for just a couple minutes because you want to get that flour taste out of it like you do anytime you're making a gravy. And, oh yeah, this is going to be good. It's already nicely browned. Smells great. Yummy, yummy, yummy. This has to be smooth. So we let that get light brown. I think we're there. I think we're almost there. Then we're going to, next,
It does have a nice color.
yeah, nice, beautiful. Yeah. Now we're going to whisk in our milk. And it's good to do this with a whisk because this will help to keep the lumps out. And what we have here is 3 cups of milk. And you just start slowly whisking it in. How are we doing over with the...
We're good. We're getting there.
Keep them going,
They're
huh?
looking like they're getting thick.
Okay, good.
It's looking more than just hot water.
Yeah, right. When you do this, you want to scrape all those little bits of everything that's on that pan, because that's going to add the flavor.
I would suggest to cover the lid and then whisk.
Go ahead, yeah,
cover.
go ahead, let it, but you have to keep coming back to it.
Right.
You have to keep coming back to it. You can't leave them, even though they're just a few minutes, because it says, you know, every once in a while,
the heat to low.
Yeah.
I've never made grits before.
Well,
this
there's
is
the
my
first time. There you
for
go.
everything.
Patty, let's turn this up just a little bit, just a hair, because we want that milk was cold and coming in with that thickening. That has to adjust to the temperature, and then it'll start to feel thick, really thick.
Does that feel better?
Yeah, I think that's pretty high.
Good?
We might need to turn it down, but let's get it started first. Remember, your gravy, even when you make regular gravy for meat, your gravy will only get as thick as it does when it boils. When you've put your flour, your thickening, whatever in there, and you say, oh, look, because that looks like just milk in a pan with some flour. But when it comes to a boil, that's what makes it thick. So don't think, oh, I better put some more flour in there. You'll have paste. We'll be hanging wallpaper. But this will start to get thick. I can tell now, is even with the whisk. And this, you keep whisking it so that you don't have any lumps in it. You don't want lumpy gravy for biscuits or for your mashed potatoes.
Right. Well, you taught me how to make gravy. I make it all the time now.
Yeah. It's easy.
It does make a
People
difference.
are intimidated by it. And if you buy the jar stuff, that's all you think you can do it. But you know what? This is so much cheaper and easier. You don't really need to do that.
And it does taste a whole lot better.
Oh, my goodness, because you have that fresh flavor of the meat that you're just roasting, or chicken, or whatever you're making. Okay.
And what do you think about these things?
They look good. I'd go ahead and start with the next process.
Okay. And then we melt butter.
Okay, go ahead. You have to work fast because that's cooking,
Yeah.
you know.
Put the butter in there. And then we put our onions, which
Yeah,
is 4
onions.
or a quarter cup of green onions.
Green onions in there. Isn't that nice?
And bacon. 4 pieces of bacon, all crumbled up.
That has been cooked and crumbled and of course dried, you know, drained off so there's no grease.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go a little higher with this. Oop. Okay,
Is that good?
yeah. Next thing, it'll be bubbling everywhere.
And I need just a little pepper in here.
You need some pepper?
Just a little
There you go.
pepper.
Now, we're also going to show you at the end a fruit smoothie, which is just orange juice, a little bit of brown sugar, a banana, and some almond flavoring that you can make for a breakfast. Instead of just plain orange juice, it's an orange juice smoothie, orange and banana smoothie. You're going to want to stick around for that too. Right now, we're just waiting for this stuff to boil and thicken up. I'm going to go ahead and add my sausage because I run out of time and I want you to see what this is like. Get rid of that for a minute.
Want me to hold the bowl?
I got it.
Got it?
Just have to get the right utensil or else it's going to go everywhere. And that sausage goes right in that gravy.
Yeah, this looks good.
Oh yeah, very nice. Now see how this is, you can see it's starting to thicken up. A little resistance. And also you're going to want to taste this because you're going to want to season it. I don't put salt in it because the sausage has salt, but if you like really salty, which we don't, we cut back on that, you can add some more salt. And also you can add some pepper if you so desire. And this is going to be on top of our homemade biscuits. Oh boy.
Yeah, that'll be good.
And we've got the coffee brewing. We're going to have that. And we've got some jelly. And I mean, we can put honey out. We're ready for breakfast. Well, breakfast is served. There's a place for you there. There's another place over here. I wish you were here to enjoy. Let me show you. Here's our biscuits. Look at these bad boys. They beautiful? Look, how nice and puffy. We made 2-inch ones. Then we made some little ones in case you just want a bite size. Perfect. And these can be split. Look, they'll even break for you nice and easily. You just put them on your plate, and then you spoon our sausage gravy. Oh my, right over top of those biscuits. Yum, yum, yum. That gets a little thick, add a little milk, it'll thin it out. Then next, we made our smoothie I told you about. This is our orange and banana breakfast smoothie. The little sprig of mint in there just to give it an added flavor. Delicious, refreshing instead of orange juice. Next, we have now you have to look in here. I'm going to tilt this. This is our grits. The grits are underneath. Let me show you. They're underneath. You serve them in a bowl, and these are incredible. They have Parmesan cheese and bacon. And then you fry an egg, and you pop it right on top so that when you eat it, you dip it into that yolk and let the yolk run onto the grits. Excellent. And then finally, we have our wonderful blueberry. Look at this bad boy. Still pretty hot, a little afraid to cut it. But this is our blueberry cinnamon crumb cake. I hope you've enjoyed breakfast today. I wish you were here. Be sure to join us the next time because it just wouldn't be the same without you. We'll see you then.
Furnishings provided by Levin Furniture, featuring Lane's Country Living Collection. Food provided by Jordan Banana Company, wholesalers of fresh fruit and vegetables in Trevosburg, Pennsylvania.
Cornerstone Television wishes to thank all our faithful viewers whose consistent prayers and financial support have made this program possible.